Which one? This one? Okay. Can you hear me? We good? We good? Everybody else okay? Can everybody hear me well? Hola, Shelly. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. Gracias por estar presente. Thank you for being present this afternoon. Gonna make some remarks. And I want to start off by saying that last year, when I was sworn in as mayor, one of the first things I said was that the city of Redding was open for business. I said that yesterday, and I will continue to say it. Despite a national pandemic, however, that crippled our nation, our residents remained resilient, and our administration continued providing public services. Fire department, police department, community development, public works, finance, the Human Relations Commission, the Redding Public Library, and the Redding Recreation Commission continue serving more than 85,000 residents throughout this pandemic. And while COVID has impacted us in many ways, claiming the lives of our families, friends, and neighbors, it has not conquered our spirit, to say the least. We remain optimistic, we remain determined, and we are in this together, as I often say. And while we are not out of the woods yet, I am pleased that we are heading in the right directions with only 53 new cases announced yesterday, the third straight day with less than 100 new coronaviruses. Berks County most recent 7-day average reported was 123 cases, down from 159 cases last week. Additionally, our county's 2 weeks average has been declining since April 26, when it was registered at 197 cases. While our schools continue to providing virtual and hybrid learning, I am pleased to announce that City Hall would be open to the public starting June 1st once again. Let me repeat that. I am pleased to announce that City Hall will reopen to the public starting June 1st. We will open, however, being very responsible. This means that there will be 2 city employees that will greet all visitors at the 8th Street entrances of City Hall. They will be wearing masks and gloves while ensuring visitors are masked and a temperature is checked. Visitors will then be asked what department they want to visit, and then that department will be contacted to ensure a situation of crowdedness does not occur in a waiting area. So again, the process will be that there will be 2 employees at the 8th Street entrances wearing masks, gloves, checking the temperature of the visitor, asking what department they're visiting, and that department will be contacted to ensure there's no overcrowdedness. Once a visitor complete their business here in the City Hall, they will be asked to exit through the Washington Street exit unless special accommodations are needed. We ask members of the public to wear their masks at all times, practice social distancing during the visit, and be sure to sanitize thoroughly before the visit and as they leave the building to protect others. Given the nature of the pandemic and the need to stay indoors and social distance as much as possible, we understand the fatigue that this has caused. Many of you, including members of our administration, have become fully vaccinated, including me. That means you want to get outside, congregate, and begin to feel normal again. God knows, I can't wait for that normalcy to begin. I can't blame anyone for feeling this way. For this reason, our administration is going to accept special permits applications starting today. So again, starting today, our departments will start accepting special permits applications for as early as May 31st, which is consistent with the governor's mandate to lift restrictions on indoor and outdoor gatherings. Jeremy Seaforth, the city's fire marshal, will speak on the process in a few minutes. An event response group will review all applications submitted prior to approval. The group is made up of employees from the police department, fire department, the police department, traffic division, the fire department, public works, community development, finance, and the Reading Recreation Commission. All applicants must submit the all applicants must submit the applications and supporting paperwork to the City Hall at least 30 days before the event takes place to ensure proper support. They will also be allowed to give us plenty of time to evaluate the event, ensure that all CDC and state health department guidelines are met, that we can ensure our neighbors and residents are safe. So we have also worked hard to make the process available from home and through a mobile device. This is something new. An application now is available on our website and can now be completed and submitted online. Questions and supporting documentation should be sent via email to special events permit applications at readingpa.gov. Let me repeat that. Special event permit applications at readingpa.gov. This is something that just started this week, so it's handily ready for anyone to start using it as early as today. As we begin to reopen the process with new tools and guidance, we ask for your patience. Please know that we will do all we can to accommodate reasonable requests, with public safety being our top priority. Whenever an application, the first priority is going to be the safety of our residents. So we are making great strides in making Reading safe, fun, and exciting again. That I could assure you. So let's continue building a better Reading together, as I normally say. I look for the participation and support from the community as we get to some kind of normalcy. We will continue to reevaluate these guidelines in the coming weeks. So again, thank you. God bless you. Let me introduce you to our Fire Marshal, Mr. Jeremy C. Foss, to explain a little bit more on the process.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to cover the reopening portion, we have spent a significant amount of time, all the stakeholders that are involved, through all the agencies and all the departments that are represented, formulating a plan that makes sure that our employees as well as our visitors will be safe during our reopening process. We've spent several months trying to determine a date, and obviously the governor has helped that along, so I think it makes sense that we are in parallel with the decisions made by the governor. Setting this process in motion, we have various different employee protective measures in place that our visitors may see some screening or some barriers between the visitor and also our staff. Again, we will encourage people and ask that people bring masks to cover both their mouth and their nose. We will have a very limited quantity of masks in the event that someone cannot get a mask to enter City Hall. The mayor covered everything fantastically. I can just add that the special events permit, this is a startup process. We have made significant strides to really streamline our process. We believe it will be much more efficient, and we should be able to accommodate everyone's needs. We will certainly work our best that we can do that. So the online application is definitely a giant step forward. And certainly the public safety side of things and the working together through interagency cooperation is definitely key. But we are ready to begin accepting these things and working with the public to make sure that they can have their events safely and provide any feedback that is necessary. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Fire Marshal. Again, I cannot stress enough the fact that we want to do this responsibly and always taking the consideration of a public safety first and foremost. You know, we all want to get to some kind of normalcy, but in order to do that, we have to do that taking in account everybody's safety. I'm going to say a few words in Spanish, if I may. Buenas tardes a todos. Para mí es un honor, un privilegio estar aquí presente. Cuando a mí me inauguraron en enero 6 del año pasado, yo dije que la ciudad de Reading iba a estar abierta para negocios. Nosotros hemos hecho eso y aunque ha visto una pandemia conocida como el coronavirus desafortunadamente que nos impactó a la nación, la ciudad de Reading ha seguido proveyendo los servicios necesarios. El Departamento de Policía, de Bomberos, recreación, finanzas, servicios de Public Works. Hemos seguido ofreciendo los servicios necesarios durante el último año y medio, con muy poquita o mínima interrupción a nuestros residentes, siempre tomando la precaución de esta pandemia. Es importante que nosotros lleguemos para atrás a alguna clase de normalidad, pero queremos hacer eso responsablemente. Por eso estoy anunciando hoy que el City Hall va a abrir nuevamente, comenzando en junio 1, para el público. Pero vamos a hacer eso nuevamente responsablemente. Vamos a tener a 2 empleados al frente de la entrada en la 8, en la cual van a estar con sus mascarillas, van a tener guantes, van a coger la temperatura de los visitantes para asegurar de que todos estemos seguros. Le van a preguntar a qué departamento desean visitar para llamar a ese departamento y asegurar de que no haya más gente de lo necesario y poder practicar distancia entre nosotros. Después que terminen su negocio aquí en City Hall, se le va a pedir que salgan por la salida de la calle Washington, la entrada de Washington Street, para nuevamente asegurar de que haya separación entre los que entran y salen, al menos que necesitan unas acomodaciones especiales. En adición, se le va a permitir, comenzando hoy, aceptar las aplicaciones para los permisos de eventos especiales. Lo pueden hacer ya comenzando hoy para eventos tan pronto como en mayo 31. Lo pueden hacer ahora, hoy en día, comenzando hoy, a través de el website que es Reading Event Permit Applications at Reading, PA. Nuevamente, pueden hacerlo en su comunidad de su hogar o de un teléfono para que no tengan que venir en persona. Diferentes departamentos se van a encargar de evaluar los permisos para asegurar de que se le aprueben en un tiempo apropiado. Le pedimos fuera su paciencia. No ha sido fácil. Obviamente, esta pandemia ha tomado muchas vidas de nuestras amistades, familiares y vecinos. Y obviamente ha causado muchas inconveniencias. Y queremos llegar para atrás a alguna clase de normalidad. Pero para llegar a eso, tenemos que hacerlo responsablemente, como repito. Le voy a pedir que tengan paciencia con nosotros, que cuando nos visiten, cojan todas las precauciones para mantenernos a nosotros, a nuestros empleados, a su familia y a su comunidad libre de peligro. Gracias nuevamente, muchas bendiciones, como siempre, estamos en esto juntos y vamos a triunfar juntos. Gracias. Thank you once again. If anybody has a question.
Sure, Mr. Mayor. I just want to know what led to this decision. Was there any 1 or 2 pieces of data that led you to the decision to reopen City Hall?
Well, yeah, we continue to evaluate this decision for the last several months, but we wanted to make sure, as I said earlier, to do it responsibly, make sure that the cases are gone down, as I read a few minutes ago and gave you some stats, but most importantly, in the guidance of our fire marshal, to make sure that we follow all CDC guidelines and state health department. Now with the governor's new restrictions lifted, it was appropriate that we also follow suit.
And do you plan to keep those 2 employees at the 8th Street entrance or inside the 8th Street entrance where people will come in, that'll be there just indefinitely until you decide?
That will be temporarily. We will continue to reevaluate those procedures, maybe, on a weekly, on a bi-weekly basis, and they could be lifted or, unfortunately, more restrictions possibly. Again, our top priority is the safety of our community. Anyone else? All right. Well, thank you all very much once again. As always, it's an honor, a pleasure to serve you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Be safe and stay safety.